All right, greeting my lords, Jelord here. I just want to make another quick video before I go to work because there's a couple things I noticed nobody's really talking about with all the hubbub online, talking about the Switch 2 and the recent Nintendo Direct today. So I just want to cover these two items really quick. It's going to be a real short one. The first thing I want to cover is under the Nintendo Switch support section on their website. The Nintendo Switch 2 game cards, I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit bright, but yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 game key card. I'm going to read this to you real quick. Game key cards are different from regular game cards because they don't contain the full game data. Instead, the game key card is your key to downloading the full game to your system via the internet. After it's downloaded, you can play the game by inserting the game key card into your system and starting it up like a standard game card. Here's what the game key card package looks like. And once again, you can see that is the package. It says on the bottom there, key card. Moving on. How it works. Insert the game key card. Sure. Download the game. The game isn't included on the game key card, so you'll have to download it before you play. That's interesting. Please note, to download the game, you must have enough free space on your Nintendo Switch 2. And step 3, play the game. Okay, so the one thing I want to say about that is now we're going to have to sit here because, okay, everybody's saying it, like, at least the people that are talking about this on forums, they're saying like, oh, you know, Sony's been doing this forever. They've been doing this since the PS4, which is true. That doesn't make it a good practice, though. It's true. Like there's the infamous case with Call of Duty where they basically gave us a disc that just had the key card on it or the key code on it to download the full game, and there was like 10 megabytes on the disc or something like that. So yes, this practice has been happening, and we're pretty much I've been operating from the opposite side where they've been telling us like, oh, is the full game on the disc? Like they told us for Final Fantasy 16, they made a point to tell us that the whole game was on the physical disc that you purchased. So the thing is a lot of these games, the issue is you're going to have internet to be able to play them, and a lot of people are saying like, oh, if the game's too big to put on a cart, they'll be able to use the key card, and that just means you're going to need the internet after buying this physical media. You're going to need the internet to download the game, which I think is lame. And not to mention, after support ends for this console years and years down the line, these key cards are basically e-waste. I think there's a fair argument for that. So I don't know. And whenever we buy a game, we're gonna basically gonna have to like wait and see if they mention whether it's gonna get a physical release or a key card release, or if it's gonna be digital only. If the key card's gonna, I'm not sure how they're gonna handle that. How they're gonna handle letting us know if a game's getting an actual physical release on the game card, because they've already showed us like Mario Kart's $80 digitally, but 90 for the physical game. Uh, I'm assuming that's a physical game and they're not going to give us a key card. Also, some people were talking about the advantages of key cards, like you're going to be able to swap between consoles and let other people use your downloaded games if they have your key card. It doesn't really say that on their support. It doesn't really say anything about swapping it between consoles. I guess you can use the virtual card feature that they showed us the other day in the Direct in order to borrow games for a limited time to people. So I imagine the key card probably operates the same. I can't imagine you'll be able to resell the key card. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like synced to your system data most likely. So I doubt there's going to be an advantage to the key cards in that realm as far as being able to loan them out or resell them. I don't really see that being the case. So I don't know. I'm a little skeptical about the key cards. I don't really like it. I don't think it bodes well for physical collectors. I feel like it's going to give a lot of companies the option to not have a physical release. But I think because it's still a physical release, so I think it kind of muddies the waters as far as just like conflicting information and more information they're going to tell us for each release. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to point out these key cards because nobody's really been talking about any of this, and it's just hidden away on Nintendo support. If you just Google key cards, you can find this on their support page. The other thing I wanted to point out: everybody's complaining about the prices of games. I just want to show you guys. Uh, I just want to show you guys like, hold up. I want to show you guys a little something that maybe people forgot about. But right here is an ad for Super Nintendo games when they were coming out back in the day. I don't know how well you can see that, but if you look right there, we got Killer Instinct is $87. Donkey Kong Country 2 is $79. Earthbound, $90. Final Fantasy 3/6 was $90. So anybody who's out here trying to tell you that these game prices are out of control, I mean, look at this. Punch Out was $90. Kirby's Avalanche was 65, man. Uniracer, 67. Tetris 2, 67. So I'm just saying the prices haven't changed that much. And that's not to say I'm happy about the inflated prices, but if you account for inflation, these games are well over $100 back in the day. So even talking about $100 games, like what are we really talking about? I know there's a lot of Zoomers out there and shit tackling these topics, and maybe some old timer gamers like myself, older gamers. I don't want to say old timer, only 40, but like older gamers who maybe forgot how much Super Nintendo games cost. But yeah, that shit was well over $100 with inflation, and getting close to 80, 90 with the value of our money back at the time. I just wanted to point that out. So like, let me know what you guys think about the game key cards, and what that might mean for us physical collectors, and how that's going to shake out down the road, as far as like what third party companies are maybe going to offer us in terms of physical releases, or how many people are going to jump on this game key card idea. And at least it's like clearly written out on the boxes, unlike the codes that we were getting in boxes during the Switch generation. But at the same time, I don't think this key card thing is going to be a net win for gamers. So I don't know. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about the key card situation. And also tell me if you remember these prices for the SNES, if you're old enough to remember. And if you're not old enough to remember, well, use that as a little bit of a contrast for when you're talking about or complaining about these new prices. And again, I think the new prices are kind of bullshit. I don't like prices of games going up like this, but I just want to point out that this shit's been going on for a long time. So that's where we're at with it. In any case, I just had to make this short video because nobody's talking about this stuff. That's going to be Jellord out.